Welcome, student. Let us continue with the point that is contribution of newspapers. In previous lecture, we saw the contribution of newspaper. Let us continue. Uh, During this period, English and vernacular newspapers and periodicals came to be uh, published. Through these newspapers, political and social awakening took place. So, newspapers and periodicals, different types of periodicals like monthly or we can say 6 monthly, yearly, these type of periodicals do major work, different type of works for political and social awakening in the society. Okay, so here are the next newspapers like Darpan, Prabhakar, Hindu, Amrut, Bazar, Patrika at Bengali paper. Okay, Kesari, Maratha are played a prominent role in the awakening of the Indian people against the British rule. Next point is very important. And we come to an end in the previous lecture at this point. That is establishment of Indian National Congress. This is the event of establishment of the Indian National Congress in the Indian scenario, Indian freedom movement. It totally changes the attitude and the, we can say, the perspective of the Indian people regarding the freedom movement. Basically, the truth behind the establishment of the Indian National Congress not to achieve the freedom from British rule, but it was established by Britishers to strengthen their rule over India. You may be amazed that how Indian National Congress fight of freedom movement in India. Till today, it is taught by the it was the part of our syllabus. But now onwards, when the facts are coming forward or opened, the different types of, then the establishment of the Indian National Congress having the different aim, not the freedom aim. Okay, let us look with an explanation. Okay, on 28 December 1885, the first session of the Indian National Congress was held at Gokul Das Tejpal Sanskrit School in Mumbai. 72 delegates from different provinces of India participated in this session. Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee, a renowned lawyer from Kolkata, was president of this session. In this session, they established the Indian National Congress. Alan Octavian Hume, a British officer, took lead in the establishment of the Indian National Congress. So, the founder of the Indian National Congress was Alan Octavian Hume. He was the leader at the time of 1857 war. Okay, he was one of the fighting leader from the Britishers side, Alan Octavian Hume. So, when a committee was set up to find out the reason behind the 1857 freedom movement, why it is occur in India, Octavian Hume was the member of that committee, and he come to the result. He come to the perspective that the unification of the Hindus and Muslims and other minorities is the major cause. 1857, a first war of independence was fought unitedly by all Indians by all means. Okay, so if Britishers want to strengthen their rule over India, they must divide and rule. So this policy was introduced by the Britishers in India, divide and rule. They first divided in Hindu and Muslim community majorly, okay, and the other minorities, so they can be easily rule over India. This is the outcome of that committee. This is the suggestion of that committee that if Britishers want to rule over India, they must divide the different social different social communities and strength rule over India. So majorly the Indian National Congress was established by these Octavian Hume, and he need that there must be an organizational setup in India in which the members were from India, but that members must be loyal to the Britishers. For this purpose, he find out the different persons. They are totally 72 persons, and they gathered in Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit School and established this Indian National Congress. These 72 persons doesn't have any, we can say, they don't have any backup from the public, but they are their polity is they are loyal to the Britishers. Okay. In these sessions, so after 1857, the proportion of the Indians were increased in the administration. So a reduction of military expenses by the British government, such statements were sent to the Britishers. Objectives of the Indian National Congress. Objectives, till today we heard that the Indian National Congress get the freedom even in the speeches of today's leaders, also we heard about that the freedom movement was started by the Indian National Congress, and this freedom was got by this Indian National Congress. To make, let us continue with the reading. To make the people from the different parts of India forget the differences in religion, race, caste, language, geographical territories, and bring them on a common platform. To understand each other problems and views, to increase the feeling of oneness among the people, to take the efforts for the development of the country, which were the objectives of the Indian National Congress. In this type of objectives we read here, but we not read their aim of freedom movement. Congress doesn't have aim of freedom movement, but they have different aim, that they created this common platform for the Indians to raise their voice of the different caste, region, etc. Secondly, they must understand each other's problem. So the regional differences put in the or use the platform of Congress. Third, this is the basic and good things which was done by the Congress, that the feeling of oneness, it created the feeling of oneness among the people. So it leads by means to the freedom movement. It helps the freedom movement, but Congress doesn't have any particular aim of the freedom, getting the freedom first. They have just to establish their hold over India, and through Congress, British wanted to control the whole India, because when Indians saw the Britishers, there is a feeling that we are slave. But if there is a representative of the Britishers who belongs to their own nations, then the unrest was totally declined. Okay, so and this is the main role of the Indian National Congress, that the unrest of the people must go vanish. For that they use a platform. Next point is moderate phase, 1885 to 1905. Okay, this is moderate phase because the whole leadership of the Britishers, Indian National Congress, whole leadership of the Indian National Congress was loyal with Britishers. They are belonging to that communities which are depends on the Britishers. Like Parsis, they don't have any control all over India. So the member of the Parsis in the Indian National Congress doesn't have any meaning, because they don't have any strong hold to their own road also, own house road also. But the quality of that person is that they are loyal with the Britishers, and because of that they are the member of Congress, and Britishers promoted them. The leaders in Indian National Congress were realistic and highly educated. They were aware that through organized work, a strong foundation needed to be built up. Western thinkers, philosophy to liberalism, freedom, equality, fraternity. So these persons, they don't have any value in the public. They don't have any relations with the public. So for that purpose, these peoples, these member of Congress, decided to do the basic work, that is the organization work of a strong foundation. Okay, and they introduced the Western thinkers' philosophy in India, that is liberalism, freedom, equality, and fraternity. These values had an impact on them because they are taught or get the educations from the different countries, Western countries. So they develop their own mindset according to the Western countries. They doesn't belong or representative of the Indians. They deny Indians. They had a hope that if we demand through constitutional methods, this is one of the things that they started to demand Indian freedom through the constitutional method or a constitutional way. British will give a justice to our demand. So they think, these persons think that if they demand freedom, Britishers will give them. Britishers will give them. What foolish! But they have a loyalty in the Britishers. Okay, these persons are prominent persons. That is Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Firoz Shah Mehta, Surendranath Banerjee. They doesn't have any stronghold in the public on the ground level, but they have loyalty with the Britishers. Okay, this is the quality. So these are the leaders at the first level of the Indian National Congress. So they started to participate in the Britishers' way, Britishers' platform. These all are moderate leaders. In the session of Indian National Congress, different resolutions were put forward by them, such as to get representations to the provincial legislature, job for educated Indians, cutting down the increasing expenses of military. Legislature and judiciary should be separated for the safeguard of the legal rights of Indians. So here you can see that they doesn't have any aim towards freedom. They don't have any type of aim towards freedom, and they doesn't recognize also freedom. They doesn't put any type of bill on the platform of the Congress, because they doesn't want freedom from the British rule. They are loyal to the Britishers. Okay, to cause a split in a national movement, the British implemented the policy of divide and rule. It is the policy. On that policy, Britishers hold their control over India nearly about 150 years. Okay, so first time here Congress divided into extremist and moderate. Okay, The extremist phase means all the Indian leaders who were politically aware kept aside their differences of caste, religion, language, province, and gathered on the single platform, that is Indian National Congress. There were unanimous decisions regarding the objectives of the Congress, taking forward the movement by constitutional means, but there were differences regarding the working system. These were ideological differences. From these differences, two main political groups were formed: the moderates, who advocated peaceful constitutional manner, and the extremists, who believed in a severe struggle for attainment of freedom. So here you can look that the moderates doesn't have any aim of getting freedom, but the extremists have the aim of struggle for freedom movement. Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal were the extremist leader of Congress. Okay. So we will continue the more points in the forward lecture. Okay, because they need great explanation. This extremist does many works in India to get the uphold of the freedom movement. So now we will stop here. Okay.